is day 3 of my 30-day decluttering challenge for January today, and I'm tackling my clothes. But rather than just declutter my clothes, I've decided to set out a 33 item capsule wardrobe. So I'm following the method set out by Courtney Carver in her Project 333 book. I highly recommend that you read it if you're looking to minimize your wardrobe. Now, I followed this method for a whole year previously and found it worked really, really well. But with pregnancies and postpartum and breastfeeding, etc., I found that clothing kind of crept into my wardrobe. I needed to buy some additional clothing. I didn't get rid of other clothing, and I ended up with a lot of items in my wardrobe which I am not wearing. And I'm finding it hard when I look at my wardrobe to actually see the stuff that, like, one, fits me, and two, I'm enjoying wearing and like is seasonally appropriate. So I decided that it was best for me to follow this method again. To do so, I'm getting everything out of my wardrobe. I've also got some clothes out from under my bed. And I asked my husband to get a tote box I have in the loft of like clothes that are not in season or don't fit me right now out so that I can have a look through those. When I asked him to get this tote box, he replied with, well, all of them, like all of the boxes. And I was like, oh yeah, it's just one box. It's not just one box. As it turned out, I had a lot more clothes than I realized. I had a very large tote box, another tote box of clothes. I had the stuff that was under my bed, and everything was in my wardrobe. So there's a lot of clothes, and a lot of those clothes are not fitting me right now. I'm still, like, my weight has not settled post babies. I have had 3 children in quite short space of time. So they are now aged 6, 4, and 2. So I haven't really settled. I don't really know what size I am. And so I have like a lot of decisions to make, basically, which I will talk you through in this video. So what I'm starting out with, though, is getting everything out of my wardrobe, because that has mostly the stuff that does fit me, that I am wearing, as well as some other stuff. So when I get that out, have a look at it and decide like how many items I want to keep. So according to Courtney Carver and her Project 333 method, basically, she recommends that you have 33 items of clothing that you wear for a 3-month period, so that you are wearing your clothing like seasonally. Try to match that 3 months with the seasons. And then each 3 months, like, you reassess, you swap out clothing, you swap in stuff which is more suited to the upcoming season. And so that at any one time, you can open your wardrobe and you can look and see, like, everything fits me right now, everything is like appropriate for the weather, and you won't be like stuck for choices. So basically the idea is the less you have, the easier it is to decide what to wear. And I definitely found this to be true when I tried this method previously. So according to Courtney, you should be including coats, shoes, clothing, and jewelry within your 33 items. But she does say in the book that she just picked this 33 like as a figure because it worked for her, and it went well, like with the 3 months, 33 items. And she has followed this for a very long time, since 2010. So that worked well for her, but she did stress that if it doesn't work for you and you find that maybe you don't need 33 items, or maybe 40 items is your sweet spot, then you follow what works for you. This isn't a strict method, and I really liked that approach, and the fact that, she made that point. If it doesn't work for you, then make it work for you, make that, use this as a guideline, basically. So she recommends that, like, lounge wear, stuff you're just wearing in your house, you wouldn't leave the house in, exercise clothing and underwear, that is not included in the 33 items. Now, I do include my coats in this figure. So I have a smart jacket, a wax jacket, and like my mum coat, which are downstairs. I won't bring them up to show you in this video. So I include that in my figure. I do not include shoes because, I only have about 3 pairs of shoes that I am wearing, a couple of pairs of work shoes and a pair of ankle boots, but I don't include those, and I don't include jewellery because I probably actually, in reality, don't wear masses of jewellery, but I like to have that flexibility to pick and choose the jewellery that I want to wear. Like, I really love my jewellery, and I think for me, it really lifts an outfit. I don't want to be restricted by only having like 2 necklaces that I have to wear for a whole 3-month period. I definitely wear more than that. So I don't include jewelry. I don't bother with shoes because I don't have tons of shoes. I'm not really a shoe girl. So my 33 items is coats and clothes basically. So would be, according to Courtney's method, probably more like 40 items, I would imagine. So I have got one of these tote boxes out, which mostly has like summer clothing in and then clothes that don't fit me right now. And I'm just going through it to see if there is anything which I don't want anymore. So when I put these items away, there were items I was wearing or that I thought I might wear in the future. But I think it helps, like, just to have put the items away for a little while and then come back to them fresh and really think about like how sensible are these things. Now, I 100% acknowledge that I have too many items of clothing. And I think in an ideal world, like in a year's time, I would like to be in a position where I have my 33 item wardrobe and one tote box of clothes which, are not seasonally appropriate, that I have those in the loft. I don't have anything under my bed and, no other boxes or bags of clothes. That is where I would like to get to. I found this a little bit of an emotional experience going through the clothes because right now I'm not in my happy place when it comes to my weight. And I'm looking at clothes as I'm going through these boxes. I'm looking at some beautiful clothes. Like I've got some lovely clothes that I've spent a lot of time choosing in the past. I've spent a reasonable amount of money on some of those items, especially those that I bought before I had kids and I had a bit more money to spend on clothes. And I love them. Like I really do enjoy clothes. I enjoy wearing nice things. And I don't, feel like, I do have some lovely items in my wardrobe at the moment, but not perhaps, wearing the stuff that I would love to be back in. So getting it out and like having a look through it was a little bit painful. And I found it really difficult to make decisions about what clothes I might want to keep, thinking like maybe I will lose a little bit more weight, which is my intention. And then what will fit me then? And what will I want to wear? Because, since I bought a lot of these items of clothing, I've had 3 children. My life has changed. Like, you know, do these clothes that I'm holding on to actually suit the life that I'm now leading? I found it really hard and or impossible really to answer that question. So I did manage to part with clothing and I did minimize my clothing a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I want to do. I would like to halve the amount of stuff that I have stored away. And I think that I will be able to do that over the course of a year. So what I've done is basically set myself a deadline, which is a year. If, by the end of this year, basically, wherever my body ends up being, I think 3 years by that point, I'll be 3 years postpartum from my last baby, not having any more babies. I then need to make a decision like about how realistic or not it is that I would lose any more weight after a year's time from now, and what I will be wearing, what I'll be fitting into. And if I'm not fitting into items, then I think I really need to make the decision to sell some items and to part with some items. And I don't think I need to even replace anything, because what I've seen from this exercise, I have lots of lovely clothes. And in the past year, or at least the past 6 months, I did buy some new items, or at least new to me. I get a lot of my clothes secondhand, thrifted, and I got some lovely clothes. I will buy clothes which are, more quality clothing that would be perhaps maybe even out of my price range if I was to buy them new. So I'm looking for more expensive clothing that I would buy secondhand, that will last a long time, fits well, really good quality. And I'm really pleased with the purchases that I made, like my summer wardrobe, and I've made a few additions to my winter wardrobe. So I've got lots of lovely things I'm wearing right now. And then, there's a question for me basically by the end of the year, what am I fitting into? What am I keeping? What am I parting with? And I found this method previously really good for gradually letting go of clothes as well, because you're revisiting your clothing every 3 months, which is something that I wouldn't otherwise do. I think I might add things into the wardrobe, but not necessarily reassess like everything else that I have. So I love this method for encouraging you to look back through things. There are definitely some items I put back in there, like vest tops I'm looking at right now. I had two vest tops, which I last wore on my honeymoon. I haven't worn them since. I should have parted with both of them because also, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, I don't even have underwear suitable to wear with these. Like if I fit in them again, I would have to go out and buy myself a strapless bra. Like I don't have anything suitable. And also like my bust has changed a lot since having children, breastfeeding three children, and I don't know that I will ever want to wear a vest top again. But for whatever reason, I found that decision really difficult to make. And I acknowledged it at the time, actually. And I thought, I'm finding this really hard. So therefore, I'm going to part with one, the one I like the least out of the two, because I really liked both of them. They have some lovely memories, but also memories that are captured very well with photographs from our honeymoon. But I put one back in and I thought, do you know what? I will revisit this in 3 months' time and I can make a decision then if I want to. But for whatever reason, it was tricky right now. So I wanted ideally to get all of the clothes that I wasn't going to be part of my 33 item wardrobe into the two tote boxes so that they were in the loft and totally out of sight. But I didn't quite manage that. So I did have to put a few items back under my bed to store, which is fine for now. Not ideal, not what I ideally wanted, but it's absolutely fine for now. And as I say, gradually, I think over the next 3 to 6 months, will aim to reduce my clothing further. So now I'm just going to overlay some images of some of the outfits so you can see some of those that I've chosen to be part of my 33 item wardrobe, how I wear them. So this is a dress I wear a lot for work. It's by the brand M&M. I have a few dresses by them. I absolutely love them. Really great quality. The dresses are quite expensive. I've got all of mine on eBay or Vinted. This is another M&M dress I bought a few months ago now. It's a velvet, so it's quite heavy material, very warm, has these beautiful buttons. All their dresses generally have pockets, which I love, and they fit so well. Like I just find that the quality is so good. Next up, I have this top from And Other Stories, and then I think this is a Phase 8 denim skirt. I would wear this like out for a pub lunch. I have worn it for a more casual day in the office as well, but I absolutely love this top. It's kind of got slightly bell sleeves. It's a very heavy, thick material, very nice for this time of year. And I want to show you this jacket. This is also by And Other Stories. It's like got wool in it, so it's really warm, very nice. And I would wear this, again, it could be like a pub lunch or a more casual day in the office. And then we have like more of my kind of typical mum outfits with my Levi 501s. I also managed to get those from Vinted for like 20 quid, which was such a bargain. I love them. And then I have this Anthropology yellow cardigan, which just makes me so happy. And this is something I'd wear to like, taking my kid to a birthday party. I have then this cream jumper, which I like to layer underneath this corduroy jacket on colder days. It's from Arquette. I love the colour because it's like kind of golden brown corduroy, and I like corduroy in general. So just to give you like a bit of an idea of some of the things I love, and then to show you what my wardrobe looked like when I hung everything back up. So my hanging space actually goes round the corner further back, but I didn't use any of that space. I just have spare hangers there. So this is everything like hanging wise, and I have, obviously trousers and stuff in my wardrobe, in the drawers. So I find that so much easier. So I can actually look at it and I can see everything that I'm going to be wearing. So here are basically my 30 items, including the jeans and the top that I had on. I counted those in the number. And then one other jumper, which is actually in the wash. I have this like cream cable knit jumper, which I love. So I've got like my big, very big, thick sweater, and then cardigans, thinner jumpers here, and then my very chunky green jumper I've had on today. And then I have my And Other Stories top and the cream jumper that you saw. A couple of denim shirts. I love denim shirts, and I find those really useful for like chucking on top of a top on a like maybe warmer day. My jeans, and then if I've been brutal, the corduroy dungarees I had at the back there. Like I haven't worn those recently, and I probably could not have included those, but I want to kind of encourage myself to think about wearing them. So if I'd not included things that I know I haven't been wearing regularly, but I just want to think about wearing, I would definitely come within the 33 item under the stricter sense, according to Courtney. I have jackets. I've got a couple of suit jackets for work. Again, the black one. I haven't worn that regularly lately, and I think I could have just put that to one side, but I think I've also forgotten about it, so I'd like to think about wearing it. This dress, I haven't worn that lately. Again, I'd like to find a reason to wear it. So if I hadn't included, those sorts of things, then I would, definitely been able to include jewelry, etc. But I'm fine with being a little bit looser with it. This jumpsuit I love, wear that a lot for work. I've got this woolly dress, again, I absolutely love that. This top is also by M&M. I also got that secondhand. I love the detailing on the sleeve. That's really nice for wearing in the office with some, like my black jeans, for example. And so in terms of those items that I managed to declutter, then I didn't have, as I say, as much as I think I could have got rid of. Here's a little pile of stuff to go. I should probably sell some things, but I will probably just donate them because I don't have the time or energy to sell stuff right now. I hope you found this useful. I will see you in the next one. Bye.